All right, let's talk about the hard part. Not the part people warn you about, not the contracts, not the negotiations, not even the rejection. No, the hard part about real estate is this: the payoff is distant. And because the payoff is distant, the discipline must be immediate. Let me explain. You can do the right things today and get nothing. You can make the calls, follow up with the leads, add people to your database, have great conversations, and at the end of the day, no contract, no commission, no applause, just silence. And that silence is where most people quit. You see, in most jobs, the feedback is quick. If you flip the burger, you get paid. If you clock in, you get paid. You finish the task, someone says, good job. But in real estate, you plant the seed and then you wait. And while you're waiting, doubt begins to whisper, is this working? Am I wasting my time? Should I try something else? And that is where the danger lies. Let me give you a simple illustration. Imagine two farmers. I'm a city boy. Why do I always keep using farmer illustrations? Because they work, I guess. Anyway, two farmers. The first farmer plants seeds and comes back the next day and digs them up to see if they're growing. The second farmer plants seeds, waters them, tends to the soil, and trusts the process. Well, tell me, which farmer gets the harvest? It's obvious, of course, but here's what's fascinating. Most real estate agents act like the first farmer. They make calls for a few days, post on social media for a week, follow up for a little while, and then they stop because they don't see anything happening. They dig up the seed. Now, let me share something with you that's powerful. If the results are delayed, then your measurement system must change. You cannot judge today's work by today's results. You must judge today's works by today's actions. The successful agents, the ones who make it, they don't wake up asking, did I get a deal today? They wake up asking, did I do the work today? Did I have the conversations? Did I make the offers? Did I do the follow-up? Did I grow my relationship portfolio? Because they understand something that most people miss. Today's actions are planting seeds for a harvest you cannot see yet. Here's a few thoughts that I've collected over the years. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, teaches us that we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. So if your only goal is close more deals, you will be frustrated. But if your system is 10 real conversations a day, 5 follow-ups, 2 new contacts added to the CRM, now you have something you can win at every single day. As agents, we try to force the issue. We kind of naively behave as if we can talk someone into moving. Go and try to convince someone that is comfortable where they are that they need to move so that you can get a sale. Good luck with that. Rather, focus on the inputs, not the outputs. You can't control when somebody decides to buy or sell, but you can control how many people you talk to, how many offers you make to provide them with valuable information, how often you follow up. And if you win the inputs long enough, the outputs become inevitable. Tony Robbins says something I love: progress equals happiness. Not results, progress. So if you can track your progress daily, if you can see that you're doing more today than you did yesterday, then you will stay in the game long enough to win. Now, here's the shift I want you to make. Stop saying things like, I had a bad day, I didn't get a deal, and start saying, I had a great day, I executed my plan. Let me give you a practical framework. At the end of each day, ask yourself 3 questions. Did I show up? Did I do the work? Did I keep my word to myself? If the answer is yes, that is a winning day, even if the scoreboard says 0. Because in real estate, the scoreboard is delayed, but your discipline is immediate. Real estate is a lot more like going to the gym, except that I like real estate better. But imagine a man going to the gym who decides that he's going to work out, and day 1, nothing changed. Day 7, nothing changed. Day 30, subtle differences, but still not much. Now, imagine if he quit on day 30 because he didn't look like a champion yet. Well, we'd all say that's ridiculous, right? But that's what agents do. They quit before the compound effect has time to work. And here's the truth. Real estate is a lagging indicator business. What you're experiencing today is the result of what you did 30, 60, and 90 days ago. So if today is slow, don't panic. Plant better seeds. Plant more seeds. Now, let me challenge you. What if you stopped chasing closings and started chasing daily wins? What if your goal wasn't close a deal, but I completed my process? Because if you complete your process day after day, week after week, month after month, you won't have to chase closings. They will start chasing you. And here's where most people get it wrong. They underestimate what they can do in 90 days and overestimate what they can do in 7. They want immediate results. In a business that doesn't reward us with immediate results, it rewards consistent effort over time. So here's the hard part and the opportunity. Can you stay disciplined when there's no immediate reward? Can you stay focused when there's no applause? People applaud a marathon runner at the starting line and when they cross the finish line. But at mile 17, it's silent, it's lonely, it's uncomfortable. It's also necessary because you don't get to mile 26 without crossing through mile 17. Can you keep going when the results are invisible? Because if you can, you separate yourself from 85% of the industry, not by talent, not by intelligence, but by persistence in the absence of feedback. Let me leave you with this. Success in real estate is not about doing something spectacular once. It's about doing the simple things consistently, long enough for the invisible to become visible. So tomorrow morning, don't wake up asking, will I get a deal? Wake up asking, will I become the kind of person who gets deals? And be that person every day. Do the work, track the actions, trust the process, and give your seeds time to grow, because I promise you, the harvest is coming for those who don't dig up the seed.